Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin, and today we're here to spoil Supergirl. Um,
Ooh, spoiler, spoiler
So if you haven't
alert.
seen it already,
Or don't want to see it
I guess if you do want to go
too.
see it, I guess go watch it. I don't know if you really want to.
Yeah.
Sean, oh, we should have brought Sean on. I think like that would have been an interest. He'd be like, finally, you know.
Did
Yeah.
he see it?
I saw a post where he saw like he saw the Supergirl buckets. But I don't know if he was going. I know he was seeing Toy Story 5, which he probably picked the better film anyways. So, and so,
Oh, I
and
love Toy Story 5. Still
and
good.
NX's kid is probably having a way better time. And so, that Supergirl, let's be honest, would have put that kid to sleep or teach that kid some bad lessons.
Yeah, seriously though.
So we'll talk about it. But so it's like it's not. Let's be honest. This universe isn't really for kids. Nuz wasn't the Zack Snyder verse, but it's PG-13. So, um, but yeah. So clearly from my review, I didn't like this movie, and
Sad.
I was kind of looking forward to it. I already knew wasn't going to be as good as Supergirl. I mean Superman. It wasn't as going to be as good as that. But I was going in like, you know what? It's going to be fun at least. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. They're adapting a good comic book. Haven't read it, but I've read some videos on it, and it seems interesting. They didn't do anything like that. So
No, they didn't.
first of
No,
all,
no.
so the movie start. I guess I guess give your kind of somewhat thoughts, and next we'll kind of get into how the movie starts and so on, and so on.
Yeah. Well, first off, I think we both thought that this wasn't gonna
This is
be.
probably the only best thing about the movie is the cup.
Oh my gosh. We both knew it wasn't gonna be as good as people thought.
Oh,
Um,
let me actually grab my
like that
Superman.
was very clear that this movie was not going to be of the same caliber as Superman. I think that's a good way to put it.
Uh,
Um, Now, with that being said, I think I want to make it very clear
It's not a
we're
bad
going to
movie.
be.
It's not bad,
It's not a horrible movie.
but not
It's
good.
not great.
Yeah.
I think it's a mid
I maybe
movie.
could watch this maybe one more time this year, and that's pretty much it. Maybe one more time.
Well, and the thing that I feel really bad
I
about.
wouldn't go back to the theaters to watch it. I would wait for it to drop on streaming or physical if I decide. I probably would buy it just to be a completionist at this point. Um, Whatever short left life that this universe has. So and so and like and next I'll watch it maybe every 2 years, 3 years.
The one thing that I will say, Millie is I liked Millie. I like her. I think she's good. I think the writing did no justice to how good she is.
No, and
That's what I
I
feel.
think also the marketing failed her. Did you see the interviews that she was in? I felt bad for her at times.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was her own doing, but the questions that these journalists ask her was so stupid. Like they purposely put her in these weird, awkward questions, and it's like because like someone asks her about Supergirl being queer, and it's like, what is she gonna? What do you expect her to say? Like she can't. If she says yes, she's gonna upset one side of the fan base, which is really small. That a lot of people give too much focus on. That blows up in a way, and it's like, oh, these people are sexist or homophobic or whatnot, and and ex- but at the same time she can't say no either because then you upset those people, and so it's like it's so stupid. It's like, and even
Yeah, she
then
didn't
it's
get
like
set up well.
if even then if Supergirl's queer, it doesn't change anything about her character. It's like unless the movie's about Supergirl coming out being gay, like it doesn't matter. So it, it's stupid. Like so poor marketing, and I think her PR could be worked on a bit better because the woman that plays Lois Lane, she was asked a similar question about, how do you feel about like all these men being here. She answered the question pretty well, damn good. She was able to revert, like she was able to work around that question, and so like these
What a
journalists,
dumb question.
I know, like these journalists purposely ask these poor actors to answer these dumb questions. It's like
Yeah, that's just
you know what
stupid.
they're gonna say, and it's like you know if they say this, it's gonna upset a fan base. It's stupid. So you know what? No more those journalists. Those ask those questions do need to be fired or like at least restructured in their firm. And
Yeah, I agree.
so
I can't believe they would do something like that. That's ridiculous.
yeah. But I think this movie was honestly kind of doomed to fail either way, even if there was stuff, even if without that stuff, because
Yeah,
the marketing wasn't as good as Superman. They barely pushed this film, and I think even James Gunn knew it. But the weird thing is that James Gunn says like this is the best script that we chose for this movie. It's like really this is the best this this one. So
yeah.
really okay, all right, sure thing, James. Okay, so, but yeah,
Still bad though. I can't believe that whole thing. Just bad.
yeah.
It's one of those interesting things that you think that they have opportunity to make it good. I'm telling you, they were going to ride the wave of Superman, and they did not.
It
That's for
does
sure.
it ruin the hype for Man of Tomorrow?
No, I
No.
don't think so. I think Superman was one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah, I like David Corn Sweat. I think he's
Me
great,
too.
and
And
so
I thought that well, we'll talk about it in a second because we're going to spoil.
yeah.
But I thought that scene between both of them when
He's
she
like, it's
landed in
like,
the
why am I
pod,
yelling? It's like,
it was so
that is
funny.
like something between two people if you don't understand their language. Like it does eventually get to that point. It's like that is kind of funny. Like, why are we yelling? Like, you don't understand me. You're not gonna. It doesn't matter what I say. And so
Yeah,
it's funny. Like, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff. Um, and so I don't know if that's David Cornswept, kind of like improving, or if that's the writer. And if that's the writer, they did something good at least. They didn't do much good, but they did something good.
yeah.
But I guess let's kind of just get into it. First of all, the movie was bad just based off the opening. So the movie opens up. It's not really on Kara. From my memory, it opens up on the little girl at her home.
Yes, and her
And this
family.
whole entire situation is stupid. I legit started laughing when the brother immediately jumps out to scare the sister, and next he immediately gets thrown with a to an axe to the back of his head, and it's like I I died laughing because it was so fucking stupid. It was hilarious. But then and next also because what also ends up happening, the family ends up dying. But what also is weird, so the husband, the dad, has this trap set up to blow up the ship. You're telling me why'd you not just do that before he walked in?
Thank you. I agree. When they landed,
Yeah, movie
he
over.
I movie over. I know.
Yeah,
I said the same thing.
like
I was like,
and so
yeah,
I feel like there's parts missing in this movie. Like I feel like this movie was heavily edited, because for some odd reason he kills everyone in the family besides the girl. He kills everyone besides the girl. It's not like she gets away or anything. She's in the hallway, stuck in a corner, and he looks at her, and he just walks off screen. He's like, oh, "Okay, you're not gonna kill her? No, oh, okay." And for some, there's a line in the movie, and I feel like there was supposed to be a plot point where this girl becomes valuable because I think that she was meant to escape and run away from him, because and next like the movie's kind of about trying to hunt her down, I think, from his perspective, because like there's a line in the movie where like this girl's valuable, we want her, from like when they go to the bar later on in the movie, it's like she's worth something, and like they're playing
yeah.
the tug of war with her. And so
Did
and next
you
it and next
did you
also
find it interesting that the thing that kills the kid is boo,
yeah,
and he jumps out?
it's really the brother's fault for this whole entire movie.
I know.
That
Seriously
yeah,
though.
it's really shows how stupid this movie is. But and next also like him like hunting, like him wanting to look for this girl would add up to like the subplot of like these weird women, the weird the brides thing that this movie has, where they have all these women trapped in a cage. um so I feel like there was a subplot there that was rewritten and edited out. and but yet there was pieces in it that they couldn't take out because they wanted to have the joke of,
Yeah.
and so but after that, then the movie kind of picks up with Kara, with her kind of like just it's her birthday, like 23rd or 4th birthday, and she's sad, she's mopey, she's going out all these parties, she's getting drunk, she's mostly hanging out in red star planets because it's the only sun that dampens her powers, allows her to feel something, and this part's fine. I like, before you learn a bit more of the backstory before, I was like, this is fine. From a character journey, it makes sense. Like, she lost her
I
home
agree.
planet, she doesn't know what to do, and she feels kind of lost. I'm like, all right. And next,
Now
the
she's basically just a teenager,
yeah,
basically, not really, but like drinking the whole time. Cool, yeah.
yeah, that's I mean, like, it sets up a good message in a way. And so,
Yeah.
but and next, the last thing that's the real true connection she has is crypto. Which doesn't really feel that way, but we'll talk about that later on. And so what ends up happening, she ends up bumping into this girl. She's looking for, like, someone to help me take down whatever strap on piercing face uh villain name is. I have no idea. I'm just gonna call him Strap Face because I feel like that's what Rocket would call him in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, that joke with Taser Face. This is Strap on Face. He's such a stupid villain. This villain sucks. Um, and so they eventually team up, and oddly enough, this villain just starts to show up to Kara's ship for some odd reason. Out of all the ships, he decides to pick this
Seriously.
one. And he sees the girl that he's kind of looking for, but at the same time not looking for, hanging out with Supergirl, and they're like, "Yeah, let's just let her go. It doesn't matter." Even though
Yeah.
there's a kind of a subplot where you're looking for her and you're kind of trying to get her and all that. And next they take off, but before they could take off, he steals Supergirl's cereal for some odd reason. And next, not only that, shoots Crypto. I want to point out a plot hole with this moment.
Okay.
So, if Crypto is also a Kryptonian dog, has the same similar superpowers as Supergirl,
Correct.
and they are on a yellow sun planet, how does Crypto get hurt? How does he get poisoned without the dart popping off of him?
That I don't know. Actually, no. This was on
No,
a
it was
red planet.
okay, fine. Let's say if it was a red planet. Why can't Supergirl take Crypto onto the space bus, go find us?
To a yellow planet
Because he has 3 days to survive.
because they said in that was a plot hole.
But
The
she
the
gets shot with
person
that same
said,
poison later on, and she flies up and gets cured.
I think it's a different poison, isn't it?
No,
It's
it's the then why is Crypto getting affected? Crypto should be only getting affected by kryptonite.
I have no idea. I
It's a plot
genuinely
hole.
don't
Either
know,
way, it's a plot
but
hole.
I
It
remember the person or
the
the lady,
that
the shaman
they
lady,
have
whatever
to
she
the
was.
lady that has to explain everything to the audience because we don't know how to explain it. This is where, like, huge, like,
Yeah.
they look at the camera like, this is what happens to Crypto.
Yeah,
Crypto
and
has
then
3 days to live.
and she's like, "Crypto can't excuse me, crypto can't go off planet,"
Why?
or I have no idea, they didn't say.
No,
So,
it's just like, we need him to stay here because if you do take him off the planet, a yellow star would cure him, but we don't want that. Um,
whatever it was, I was like,
but the
"Okay."
problem
You
is
knew what was gonna
the
happen.
problem is it has to be kryptonite because, as well, later on in the film, for some odd reason, Kara is able to get affected with the kryptonite with these darts, which these darts would pop off of her. It's like like just having the Kryptonian near her would have weakened her. I don't know why shooting it into her blood would work, especially with her superpowers that she can't get pierced. So, like, it doesn't make any sense. But as well, again, she flies up to a yellow sun. She flies up and she's immediately cured. It has to be Kryptonian, but oddly enough, the guy has to know that, oh yeah, that's a Kryptonian dog, even though no one should know that Kryptonians are alive. So, unless Superman's been broadcasting his voice out there, like, "Hey, kind of the last Kryptonian out there," you know. And oh yeah, that's my cousin over there. By the way, you know. So,
Yeah.
um,
No, that was weird. I like, and my thought process is, was Superman or Clark's messages, were they coming through when they had stolen the ship still?
the green screen was bad, by the way, of him when he's on the phone.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that
The
either. It
the
wasn't that good.
background of it was like that looks cheap. It's like
Yeah.
did they did they do this like on a Zoom call? It's like hey, we can't get David Cornsweet to come on set to film these phone call scenes. All right, just you know tell him to put a green screen behind him in his office. We'll put him have him put on the suit and we'll have him film that. Like that's what it looks like, and so even sound like it too. So, um, is it just me, or does this girl that tags along with Supergirl, is just completely annoying? I
No,
hate
she's
her.
not. She's 13.
I
Isn't
hate.
that what they said when she was 13?
I understand the age, but she does nothing but causes problems. And this ignorance of like, I will kill such and such villain name, and it's like, no, you ain't.
I'm Ruth Mary Knoll
Yeah.
of the dystopio wopedio bada
Who?
bada bada.
Like it's like and she always is get causing the reasons why the movie keep going on, and that's why I also get annoyed with her. It's like stop making this movie go on for longer. It does like because like every moment she either throws Supergirl off her like you know off her game, and next she also you know she just ignores Supergirl. She wants Supergirl to be her like you know she wants Supergirl to be friends with her, but yet she does the complete opposite to get Supergirl to like her as well. Like you know when they're at this bar, she you know she tries to
Oh
run up to
gosh.
Lobo, and Supergirl's like,
Yeah.
"Don't do that. Like that's not someone you want to mess with." And she goes like, "I'm gonna do it anyways." And she's this part was funny where she's trying to explain her story, like yeah, I like wanted to kill you know such and such. Again, what's this strap on villain? I don't know what his name is. Who cares? You know, it's, kill the villain who killed her parents and next to poison crypto. And you know, Supergirl's mouthing her in the background. It's like that's kind of funny. It's like nam 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 nam. It's like worthing everything along. Like there's a couple funny jokes. There's a couple funny things. Um, but she's just so
Which,
annoying. She was just so annoying. She got in the way of everything. Well, I guess since we're talking about the bar scene, did you notice that this alien plant was singing Earthling songs?
yes,
Yeah.
I did notice. I did notice that. I was like, this is weird.
Like, how do they know the song? Like, do do aliens not have their own songs that they feel like, yeah, Earthling songs suck. What we got better songs, or is that their songs just that terrible? We got to play pop rock music.
Yeah, that was strange. And then on top of all of that, I'm like, why would you trust them not to potentially betray you? Which is exactly
Oh
what
yeah,
happened.
the bartenders. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, like we know this person. It's like, okay, this is odd. All right, and next,
Yeah.
Supergirl, not like just being I guess we kind of skipped a bit of a subplot. The space pirates.
Okay, that was so
That
weird.
was so stupid. The only funny bit about that was the Seth Rogen cameo where he was like the little alien thing. Uh,
Oh, that was so fun.
yeah,
That was probably
yeah.
one of the
It's like
funniest parts
yeah,
of the
he comes
movie.
off screen like yeah, and next year he says something. I forget what he says. That's another funny thing. But that whole entire bit that was stupid. Um, that whole entire release action sequence was stupid. And next they're gone. Like they have nothing else to do with the film. They're just gone. They're just there to move the scene along, to move the movie along. Like they're
Correct.
just there like, oh yeah, he's on this he goes mostly to this planet. Okay, very convenient. How do you know this and do you work for him? I'm assuming that was probably the case that they work for him, but if they work for him, why couldn't they just take her to the main his main ship? It doesn't make any sense. But back to the dumb bartenders. So they somehow were able to poison Supergirl.
Which she should have saw it coming.
But
Come
as
on
well,
now.
but aren't they on a yellow sun planet? So how is she getting poison? It's like it's like they took the blueprint of Superman 4 where the villain in that movie where he depowers if the sun isn't on him. Do you remember that? It seems
Yeah,
like that's what happens with their superpowers.
yeah.
It's like
No, that's exactly what it is. Because if you remember when Superman goes to heal,
yeah.
he like comes back and the sun intensifies on him. Um,
See,
quite
you
crazy.
don't make Superman 4 your blueprint of, things to like, okay, yeah. No, use Superman if you're gonna use the Christopher Nolan's. Yeah, that would have been an interesting Superman. Christopher Reeves, um, use the first two. Not 3 and 4. Gosh, if they bring in the stupid journalist from like the third one.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious. You know what was really interesting too is at this point in the movie, I'm like, well, one, the bartender people betrayed them.
Yeah.
They're trying to run around to stop this guy that
But
knows.
then they kind of tell her to drink milk. I guess milk can undo this poison that she has.
No, it coats. Yeah, it's
It's
like
like,
if you're
is,
poisoned,
is that
you
actually
do
something that
milk.
works?
I mean, I've never been poisoned, so
Or
I wouldn't know.
well, have you?
But
I mean,
they display that in
you have
movies.
poisoned people before, right? And if you tell them like, oh, I actually feel bad here, drink some milk.
Yeah, here's milk.
Yeah.
No, I think in the James Bond movie, it's always salt. You
Oh,
try and
okay.
make yourself throw up.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I thought. I thought
so
that's what she kind of does. She chugs the milk and she makes herself throw up. And next the villain kind of walks in and is like, "What are you doing?" It's like,
yeah,
"What's going on
and
here?"
then the
So,
thing that's most annoying about this is the fact that the bartenders people betrayed her and they were trying to save the
and
daughter.
they have no purpose on
And
the film. They immediately die the
yeah,
next scene.
I so sad. And it was sad because they
It's
killed the daughter.
yeah.
Her preventing her from stabbing the guy literally got the girl killed. So
Well, because it comes down to the message, vengeance is not good and all that. It really comes down to that. And so because it's really that Ruth's actions caused those whole entire reasons. If Ruth stepped aside and let Supergirl do her thing, Supergirl could have stopped everything.
correct.
So it's really about her character journey, about like consequences and what leads to those consequences. But the
For
movie
sure.
does not portray that at all. Because especially we'll talk about what later on that Supergirl does towards the end of the movie makes the whole entire character journey pointless. So
I agree.
it's just
I That's actually how I felt as well. So it's just interesting because she like stops the little girl from, trying to stab. Um, she stops Ruth from trying to stab, our villain.
mhm.
Which by the way,
Strap on
I
face.
get. Yes.
You
Yes.
you're not really liking that joke.
So Ruth has been prevented from stabbing Krem,
That's no, my
and
name's better.
oh
Eh,
crap.
there you go.
Um,
That's fair.
and then on top of all of that, we're sitting here and we're going, okay, maybe maybe Millie's gonna, or Supergirl's gonna save all of them. Let me tell you, she does not save
She
all of
could have
them.
saved the girl. She could have saved the
Oh,
daughter.
100%.
She's
She like
she's she's fast as the speed of sound.
they're stupid because they keep having dumb
Well,
conversations,
it's
and I'm
that
like,
the
they're
writers.
like right there.
Well, here's my
Oh,
biggest problem. I said this in my normal review. The writers purposely write her powers out of the equations for stupid reasons. For some odd reason, one moment she can't, X-ray vision. She can't use her super strength. She can't use her laser eye. They or like, oh well, here's a we'll poison her, so then she can't use her powers. It's like they purposely, instead of putting her up against a villain that's just straight up stronger than her, and she has to work her way around trying to figure out how to work this villain's strength.
they nerf
They
her
nerf her.
rather than, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
That
like,
happened a lot in this film.
and they just purposely make her slower, and for no reason. It's like she just goes slow for no reason, even though nothing happened to her.
Yeah. No, I did notice that too. And one of the other things that was really interesting about this scene is Lobo was pretty interesting. I
I like
thought he
Jason
was,
Momoa. I like.
yeah, I thought he was really good in this movie.
What's also
And
interesting about him is that he won't come back to play the character unless he gets his own solo movie, but it also has to be rated R. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. So if this is the last time that we see Lobo, I think he's supposed to be in Man of Tomorrow. I think they confirmed that. I'm not too sure, but
Okay.
if this is the last time that we see
See,
him, that's fine. I think this is a good way to have him go out with the lifespan of this what this universe is going to have. Um, so it's just
oh
like,
no.
uh,
I thought he was good though. I thought he was interesting. The best thing of my movie was getting this cool Supergirl
oh yeah,
IMAX.
you getting the actual comic book that is good.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
have
don't know why
they have the blueprint right there for it. Like they all they
it
gotta
was
do
good.
all they gotta do is
The
copy and
comic's
paste.
good.
They all they gotta do is copy and paste it.
Well, and then on top of it, the other thing too is I'm sitting there. I forgot to tell you, Austin, about this
Mm,
movie. Um, I'm sitting in the IMAX theater. It's pouring down rain outside.
yeah.
It is leaking. The roof is leaking in
How
the
old
movie
is this
theater.
theater?
It's not that old.
Oh,
I told the management and they had to go put a tarp up apparently. But I like sitting there getting rained on in the middle of Supergirl.
like
I'm like, wow, this is like a 4D movie. So um actually you'll probably love my review. My review on Letterbox says, I wish I was as drunk watching this movie
as
as
Supergirl.
Supergirl
She
was the
would
entire
probably
first
forget
half
about
of the
this
film.
whole entire movie and after one evening.
Oh yeah.
She'd be like,
Which is
"Oh yeah,
sad because like I
Crypto got
said,
poisoned." By the way, Clark. Oh, by the way, Crypto
I
got. I'm worried for Crypto still because did he get in the chocolate?
yeah, he did. At the very end,
Yeah,
he did. That which is
I
funny.
mean it's still
Th-
funny, but like he just went through getting poisoned. Now is he eating? I guess Kryptonian dogs are allergic to chocolate like normal
and
dogs.
he's on a yellow planet, so
Yeah.
he should be fine.
Oh,
Or
okay.
a yellow sun planet. But no, my favorite part of that movie, which was just random, was, we're sitting here.
Mm.
The guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take you to find creme on this planet," which is like a green sun, yellow sun
Which
planet. And
this makes no sense, by the way. I think it's in the comic book that you have there. Not that version, probably the actual comic book that they say they based this on. Um, but it makes no sense because what they do as well, they put they're gonna take Supergirl to wherever this villain is, but they only will take her if she puts a tarp over her head, like a bag over her head.
yeah,
And she's like, "Yeah, it's fine because I can use my X-ray vision anyways, so it doesn't mean anything to me." But
which is weird because when she gets on the planet, it's a green
she
sun.
can't X-ray vision and notice that hey, there's a star over there that's kryptonite.
Yeah, I
But
don't
she would even
know.
feel that anyways, just being in the spaceship and near that star. You're telling me she only feels it when she's on the planet too? This movie. Um, well, I guess we can talk about one of the good things, the flashbacks.
Let me see.
I don't know if it's gonna
Oh,
be in
here.
that. Is it in that comic that you have?
I'm looking. Crypto got shot by an arrow in this comic.
I'm jealous. I'm actually kind of jealous that I don't have that. I have the Suicide Squad one that James
Wait,
Gunn
wait.
did.
Here, I can give it to you. You can have it.
Yay. Jeez, that's valiant. That's graphic. That picture is
I
graphic.
know.
I don't. I
I
might
mean,
have to
like,
blur that out. Maybe Zoom was trying to do me a favor there.
yeah, she like killed. She killed this guy
Yeah,
and then
Superman's
got
gonna
shot.
Superman's gonna have a lot of questions with Supergirl and Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, she was killing people.
yeah. I guess they're killing people still in this universe. Um, the one thing that they should not have brought over from Zack Snyder. Um, but what was I saying? Oh, the flashbacks on Krypton. The they're pretty like the flashbacks to Krypton is pretty emotional from a certain point. What is that?
The end of the comic to be
Um,
continued.
yeah, to be continued. Go spend money and actually get the actual comic book, loser. Thank you for giving us money for this
That's
movie.
exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah. So that's exactly what's
Your
gonna
dear
happen.
friend James Gunn.
Yeah.
Idiot.
That's funny. Sorry, I was curious what that comic was, but yeah, it was kind of the movie in a
Mm.
comic book form.
I mean, that's because this movie's based on that based on the comic book that's been out for years. Um, but well, so the Krypton flashbacks, those are pretty good. Like they give us
Yeah,
somewhat
I thought they were
understand,
good.
but the problem is, so the whole movie is about the emotional beat with Crypto and Kara and their bond. I never felt that bond at all. I felt the bond between Superman and Crypto more in that movie than they here when Crypto got stolen.
Great.
Um, and I think it's because it's where these flashbacks are laid out in the middle of the movie. I think
Yeah.
these flashbacks had to be at the beginning to set up when the bond of to set up the backstory to Kara with her on Krypton and X her destruction and X being stuck on this floating city in the middle of space. And
Which,
X
by the
her
way,
finding
could they
Crypto
could they not have taken the entire floating city
go to
to a yellow
Earth,
sun
go
planet?
to Earth, or
Yeah.
I guess not. I guess they're
Yeah.
just floating out there, stuck out there.
You
But
would think
they
for
have
how smart they
spaceships. But they
are
have spaceships.
that yeah, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, if they went to a yellow sun, wouldn't all of them have healed?
And this Hampton little piece of whatever's left of the floating planet has kryptonite on it.
Yeah. Well, and also if they recognized I mean, I'm just thinking through. If they recognized that the core of the planet was gonna blow up, wouldn't you have evacuated the planet to
I
somewhere
think they were
else?
trying to warn. I think there was a throwaway line in the movie, and they were still trying to make Superman's parents be evil in this movie. Like there's like if you listen, there's a line in there that tries to still say that they're awful people.
Yeah, conqueror. He's gonna
Um,
be the conqueror of worlds or whatever.
and so I think that they were trying to hint that like they knew that the planet was going to blow up, but they didn't want to say anything. And so, but
Yeah,
Kara's
let's
parents wanted to say something, but not Superman's parents because they're the ones
yeah.
that were running the whole city and planet. But what was I saying? Oh, so I think those flashbacks should have been at the beginning, but I know why that they weren't. It's because then the middle of the movie has nothing. So then they decided to move
Uh,
it to the middle and restructure the film around these flashbacks. But the problem is now the bond between Kara and Crypto, when he gets poisoned, you don't feel anything. I'm like, oh no, Crypto, not again. Yeah, like, this is the second time in a row, Crypto, that you've been kidnapped and or been hurt. You useless super dog. Like I like so. But the kind of my biggest problem though of the flashbacks is that nothing in the flashbacks suggests what Kara says about Superman.
yeah.
So Kara says like Superman sees the good in people, she sees the truth. And she's talking about past experience. We don't see that at all.
Uh-huh. Absolutely, we don't.
So there's just no getting attachment to any of these characters. Um at all. So there's that. What else? What else? I guess the ending. I guess we can talk about that. My biggest problem with this whole
Uh,
entire third act, it's awful. The action
I
sequences
will
is
say
terrible.
I thought the action slow-mo sequences were decent,
Well,
but the song choice for them were
the
awful.
slow mo. Well, the song is what ruins the action. Like it's
Yeah,
out of nowhere. It decides to be Superman from last year and X Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, why is Kara listening to punk rock?
that's fair.
Like, it made sense for Superman to like punk rock, and that became the theme songs throughout the movie, is because he grew up with those songs. She didn't. She just happened when she got there. She happened to have like a jukebox or whatnot, like a cassette player or whatever it was. Kind of almost like what Star Lord has, in Guardians
Yeah.
of the Galaxy. That's the only connection,
Uh,
but it
let
means
me
nothing
see.
to her. It legit means nothing to her. Unlike Star Lord, where this was the last gift from his mom.
Yeah, which is good.
And
I
so
love that.
it's like the songs are just there because someone wants to try to imitate being James Gunn, and they do a poor job at it. And so But yeah, so the slow-mo action, I mean, like, the action scenes are fine.
It was The Middle. It was a remake of The Middle, which is weird.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why. That's the name of the song.
Oh, yeah. They chose like a sad version of it. Um, but this third act also has a weird plot hole, or it's not really a plot hole. It's just weird. It kind of goes back to how Supergirl is just nerfed in this movie. So we're following this superhero that isn't really a superhero, who doesn't really go through a superhero journey. Um, her powers are on and off, but yet there's these trapped brides in the spaceship that ends up crashing in a mountain, and they
Oh yeah,
survive.
which
and ex-
I thought
and
they were all gonna
well,
die. I was like, did they forget about
I
them?
thought they died. For some, there's a sequence where Supergirl has to save them before a space tank crushes them. I'm like, why would I be worried about a space tank crushing them? They survived a huge crash, like, and so,
Yeah.
like, I want to know their superpowers. What about them? Screw Kara and Crypto. Let's learn a little bit more about these brides. Like,
Yeah, they all survived. And then I felt like it took she was like doing a maze to
mm,
find them, to get to them,
yeah,
and then just blasts her
yeah,
laser eyes
and yeah.
to get them all out. It was weird.
Well,
It was so
next
weird.
they also have a weird moment where they save her after, like, when they're doing their Mad
Oh
Max
yeah,
thing
when
in
they
the desert.
harpoon.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah, that was
We
weird.
did something. You're like, oh, okay,
That was fine by me. I think
but it was
what didn't
random.
make sense
It was still random.
it was random. Um, and then okay, Lobo just being like, "Bye,
Yeah,
fight
yeah. Well, I
yourself."
mean, like, this is kind of in character for Lobo. He causes the destructions, and he even tries to help. What's her name? The annoying little girl.
Ruth,
Ruth. Oh,
Ruthie.
it's such a terrible name too. Um, no wonder she was the last one standing. No one wanted to even be near her. But so, like, even like he's like trying to give her like her opportunity to kill the villain and get her revenge and all that. But he causes most of the destruction for the ship to crash. But he oddly just kind of out of nowhere is still there. He didn't leave. He kind of just is in the distance looking at Supergirl, waiting for her to kill the villain. And this made no sense for her character, because throughout the whole entire movie
Yes.
she's like trying to stop Ruth. Like, you don't want to do this. Vengeance is not the way, and you will regret it. He will haunt you for the rest of your life. And next she goes, this is for Crypto. And which the first stab is fine. Like, one stab in the stomach, fine, all right, whatever. But then she goes and stabs him in the neck, and it's like, that's for the girls. Was she talking about Ruth, or was she talking about the girl's the other girl, like the one that he slit the throat on, that she saw and killed the parents? Was it,
Yeah.
or was it for both? Because it'd be kind of funny, like, fuck Ruth, screw you for the the random girl I never met that you killed. It's like, I hanged out with Ruth for 3 days. She was kind of cool, but she was kind of annoying. So I don't know. God, this movie.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because that needle drop song, the middle, that rendition, they said they considered 45 songs, and that's the one that they landed
I
on.
would have considered no songs, but okay. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and next, but here's another, like, convenient thing. So the antidote is around the villain's neck throughout the whole entire movie. Nothing bad happens to this antidote. This dude gets thrown and punched, dropped from high places, and you're telling
I
me
know. Hilarious.
nothing is broken on this thing? Because even Supergirl tries to stop Lobo from doing some horrible things to this guy, because the antidote's around his neck. I don't know. It's like, all right.
It, yeah, and I think my favorite thing about it is she went from being like inept and unable to do anything like the entire movie to then blowing up the entire force basically in 5 seconds.
Well, that,
It
yeah. Well, what was the
yeah.
weird part though is that Ruth is like a weakling. messes up throughout the whole entire movie. She gets kicked, punched, thrown down. She can't really defend herself. Supergirl has to come in and save her. And out of nowhere, she does this mind trick on like a guard to let her out of prison. And like, she's like, "Ha ha, chokehold." And like this guard is like twice her size, like triple the size of her. And realistically, he would have been like, "What are you doing?" Grab her by the head and go throw her on the ground. But no, she was able to put him in a chokehold. Um,
That was
it
hilarious,
was
by the
so
way.
stupid. I liked Lobo's reaction. He was like in the corner, he's like, "Yes, yes, good." Being Palpatine from Star Wars, like, good, good. Like, Jason Momoa is great. He's the best part about this movie. Some people might say that's a bad thing, but I don't care. Like, I would rewatch it just for him, even though he's not in the movie for
Yeah.
that long.
Well,
Um,
and that's the sad thing is I wanted this movie to be good. I
yeah,
really did, and it was not.
no,
It was bad. And it's unfortunate because Jason Momoa was fine,
yeah.
Millie was
The
fine,
acting's all
David
fine,
Cornsweet's
besides
fine.
the little girl. I didn't even like her acting. She was
She
just
was fine. She was average to me. She's,
it's
whatever.
just the
But
story. It's the way that they portrayed this story is so poorly executed, and it's just not interesting. I could care less if Crypto died at the end of the film because I went and saw this with a friend, and when he finally got the antidote, when they finally put in the antidote, I lean over to him and go like, "Wrong antidote." So
oh gosh,
Crypto dies. It's like that's how
poor
the
Crypto.
so it's like, and I almost died
Yeah.
laughing. I almost had to leave, even though it was 5 minutes left of the film. But like, that's just how much I didn't care. So it's like,
Did you find it interesting too that like this entire movie, they didn't play Call Me by Blondie one time and they had like marketed the movie like
with that
crazy. I,
song.
I was yeah,
Oh,
they
really?
even made t-shirts. They did like
Oh, yeah.
co-branded t-shirts.
No, they
And
they played every other song but that one. They even have
the
the
music
they
was
even
bad.
had
Oh,
even aliens know other songs, in this from Earth. I guess Earth has the best songs in this universe, and it's just pop rock. It'd be funny that in this universe of the DC, it's just nothing but pop rock. That's all they know is pop pop rock. They don't even
yeah.
know they don't know rap. They don't know angelic or anything like that, jam or anything like jazz. It's just pump rock. Gosh, I would hate that universe so much. Punk rock is good. Like, like there's good songs, but I would get annoyed so quick. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Where's Dark Side? I'm gonna go join him. Like, I'm gonna wipe all of you guys out. Uh,
Well, it was arguably the worst needle drop ever. The fighting was mid, and the writing was not great. However, despite all of that, like I said, I will give props to Jason, Millie, and David Corns.
yeah.
Those three. Way to go. The villain was meh. He kind of reminded me of a mix between and I know that the villain already existed, but he kind of reminds me of a mix between the one from Thor, Love and Thunder, Gore.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are
He
comparing
kind
this movie to the second Thor movie. And so, and like, this is where this is where I've been kind of getting a little bit of grace. The early MCU didn't have a lot of good films. So like, there's
yeah.
like, they could still because like after Iron Man, the first good film, you could consider that as Superman. We got Hulk, which wasn't very good. We could consider that as Supergirl. And next after that, we got Iron Man 2. I guess we're going to consider that as Man of Tomorrow. So we're be expecting weird writing in that movie, I guess. But it's still slightly better than Hulk. And next you got Thor, which was okay. I like the first Thor. I think people give that movie too much hate. Um, First Captain America again, weirdly underrated. That first Captain America movie, a lot of people don't like. I don't know why. Um, and next after that, would it have been Avengers after Captain America?
In 2012 was Avengers, the first one.
Yeah, so we had 5 movies before Avengers, I think, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So like, if they follow that certain like build up to like the Justice League, But the problem is right now with how the state the DCU is and Warner Bros. And you know the risk of this universe, they got to bring Batman. They have to do Batman right now.
Yeah. So
But what's messing everything up is the Matt Reeves Batman because it's because we have like I'm looking forward to Batman Part 2, but the problem is because we haven't gotten that movie, James Gunn feels like if he puts out his Batman right now, it undermines that Batman or either or.
yeah.
And so I think this Elseworlds universe idea might have backfired in a way. Um it's a good idea, but if it's not executed right, it can backfire real hard. Um
The other thing too, did we talk about the ending, the stabby
yeah,
stab?
she stabs him in the neck and it makes it pointless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just I still can't get over the fact that she did that. "You're better than that, don't
Yeah.
kill him." And then she goes,
It,
"It's"
I was waiting for Ruth to turn back around. Like,
uh,
I thought you said killing was bad. Well, for you, not
yeah,
me.
I was thinking that too.
But
So,
yeah, that's pretty much
yeah.
it.
Also, people on the Supergirl Reddit thread, I was reading a bunch of them,
Yeah.
are not very happy that people are being
Mean
negative. People are
mean
like, "It's amazing."
Well, see that, and there's gonna be that fandom where it's like they will like everything that James Gunn puts out, and I hate being part of kind of that any fandom. I'm all about being honest and truthful. If I thought this was if I thought this movie was good, I would have said the movie's good, and we would have had an interesting debate about it. Um,
It You know what's really interesting? I really did wanna like this movie.
yeah,
I think people will be like, "Oh, you just wanted to not like it." I don't think it
go
was
watch my original
I don't think
review
it was
on the first
bad.
Superman. I
I don't think it was
I
bad. I
defended
don't
the
think it was great.
I defended the living crap out of the first Superman movie. Even though I didn't love it, I still defended it. And so,
Yeah.
like,
Well, and this is the thing. That's why I said Millie's a good choice for
yeah.
Supergirl.
She even
100%,
looks like the part, even though
1000%.
people make fun of her looking like a caveman. This isn't like, um,
Ugh,
like,
I saw that.
yeah.
That's awful. People are just
This
terrible.
isn't like,
She was fine.
like, the, like the Ellie situation for Last of Us for Bella Ramsey. One, Bella Ramsey doesn't look like Ellie from the game. She also isn't really that great of an actor. And it is kind of unusually to have a big forehead. So it just kind of just works out perfectly very well to make jokes about it. But I don't try to be mean about it. It's just funny every once in a while. I'll be like, oh look, Bella Ramsey. You know, her forehead's gonna take up most of her acting talents. But whatever. Like stuff like that is like. But when you harp on it and actually say like, oh, this is the reason why the movie sucks is because of her looks, then we're getting into ridiculous territory.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
that. Millie's a great choice. I don't anybody who says anything otherwise is just stupid.
They're
I
just
think it
jealous that
more
they
had to do
weren't cast as Supergirl.
that is very true,
Yeah,
and that they can't pull it off as well as she
yeah.
can. But the main point that I have is that the writing was bizarre. Um, the theme, I liked the idea of them tackling grief and killing the family, and
The
you
movie
know,
just wasn't long enough for any of that, or at least it was, or was too, or let me, I guess, rephrase it, or it focused on the wrong stuff. To, if this movie was mostly
I think if it
flashbacks, I think it could have worked. Like
sure,
they
yeah,
still had the
and
journey
why
part.
she
Yeah,
they should have done something. They should have had a Supergirl background where
turn.
she killed somebody and regretted it,
Yeah, and it
and
didn't have to relate to Krypton or anything. Yeah,
correct. And then because
but
she,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
it was interesting because what would have been better is rather than her killing him,
yeah.
like a
It
part
makes
of
it feel distasteful,
yeah,
and because
it would have
like
been
my
better if like the ship crushed him or something and killed him or whatever.
maybe that, or well, in the comic book that this is adapted from my understanding is that they put him in the Phantom Zone. What was that? They put him in the Phantom Zone. Oh, okay. They put him in the
Yeah,
Phantom Zone,
I'm playing with goo.
and so he's trapped there for like hundreds of years, thinking about his actions,
Yeah,
and so NX after that, after a while, they do a time jump, and Supergirl lets him go. and he's like what's the word,
Or it would have made better sense for Lobo to come back and kill
maybe,
him.
or if you really needed to kill him, if you're like, all right, well,
Yeah.
and so, but even then, it's like, um, or maybe they could have done, because like the killing part could work if they wanted to do like she's already too far gone, and she will take on the burden of killing him, but she doesn't want
Yeah,
that for Ruth.
but that was out
But
of
that's not, but
character.
that wasn't set up because throughout the whole entire movie she was saving him, and so
Yeah. And it had to go back to what her dad said of of you're going to do things to help people.
yeah.
Like that was a
You're
major
gonna
part of her
you're,
character
people are
development
gonna
in
see you to
flashback.
be rude, but really you're good, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And so,
I think she said it too. You're
yeah, that
kind.
that was her motivating speech too from from Ruth. But
Yeah.
I was like, where's the character arc? It was that speech when she was being poisoned from the
You're not
sun.
always kind, but
But
you're
you're always
good.
good.
I
Yeah,
think is what she said.
yeah.
And I like that. I actually thought
It's a
that was
nice
good.
line, but that's not enough to
Yeah.
make her character arc
No.
oops,
Well, and then she
come
ended up
full.
and then that went against it because a good person would not kill somebody like that.
Eh,
Like you would do
I'll
it
be running
in
a lot
full
of
self,
people. I'm a good person, but I'll be running a lot of people over in GTA
but he
6.
was defeated already.
I'll be on that beach shooting a lot of people, you know. Yeah. So, but but back to the kind of like the killing part to mention, well, or like kind of her, like, you know, her dark side of her is that the whole time I was kind of thinking is like, I thought that she was just having a miserable life on Krypton. And that's why it kind of made her kind of who she was, especially after Krypton blowed up. Because like you have this city, that it's been told, we weren't shown. We were told that this city is dying. People are dying
Yeah.
from the Kryptonian from
From
the
the
kryptonite.
contaminated soil.
Yeah, that has kryptonite in it, and like if they showed like, you know, the city was struggling like from food from day one after their planet was, you know, blown up, then it could get behind something about how her childhood that she never had, and that's why she's the person who she was.
No, but she was older. She
Well,
got like
she was also older too, and so
yeah.
so it's like, and
Ooh,
yeah,
crazy hair right now.
yeah,
I feel like Millie when she's running in
yeah,
space. Just
that special
so
effect for her at times
well,
is
yeah, I think if the story would have filled in some of those really obvious,
I
like,
think they were going to, but they decided to cut it down.
well, that's a sad thing because it was a decent storyline
So
if they
maybe it's
fixed
not a
those major
maybe it's not a
points.
writing problem. I hope
A pacing,
it's
maybe?
probably a pacing and editor's problem. I'm
Yeah.
because the thing is about because I'm trying to be as hopeful as possible because the person that wrote this movie and directed it is doing Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman for this universe.
Oh, I remember you saying that. So, here's the thing.
So is it could it be a
I don't think it
writing
was that
problem?
bad then.
Could it be
I
a
e
editing problem and not a writing problem?
well, maybe. All I
But the
know
thing
is
is,
that
James Gunn still has to approve of it. He has to look at it and be like, "Yep, that's what I want."
yeah, yeah, I think that this could have been better.
So it
Um,
might be both. Then it could be a writing and an editing problem. Maybe the editor tried to fix it as best as he could or she could. And
yeah,
I
and
feel
it
like
didn't.
it's just
So here's the
too
thing.
many things could have gone wrong. That's the thing. Too many things could have gone wrong.
I'll I'll increase my score to a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh wow,
I think that
how generous.
I think I think that it was for all the things that didn't go right, in my opinion, there were a lot of things that
I can look
worked
back on
well.
this and be like, if the universe is healthy in the future, I can go back because like that's kind of like how I do with like, you know, like the first story. It's like, you know what, this could be better. There's still fun elements, but I can look back on this film. It's like it wasn't really that bad,
No.
but I would never really be like top five. You know, top five
For
DC.
a movie that was focused a lot on women, I did like that. I think that it did a really good job to make Supergirl someone that people would want to
But
be.
also didn't do in the way to make it distasteful to men. I didn't feel that at all because like there's gonna be a side of the
No, I saw people that were saying it was too woke,
yeah,
and I
because
was like,
like
"What are you talking
no,
about?"
I think what they're probably talking about is the interviews that she had, like the
Oh,
journalist.
cry,
And so it's like,
cry.
well, no, it's not. It's stupid that the journalist asked those questions when it had nothing to do with the movie. Like there's nothing about her being in a relationship or being a lesbian or anything like that. It's just journalists trying to create clicks. Um, so like for it being like a for like being a woman superhero movie, it wasn't that bad. I would watch this over 355, Ocean's 8. There's Ghostbusters 2016. Like there's so many other like women-based films I would rather watch this over.
Wait, you would yes, I agree. I think it was really good, and like I said, I think it's because Millie is really, really good at this part.
Yeah.
She fits it well. It comes naturally. They don't have to push her to look strong. Like she naturally comes across that way because she really buys into that character investment.
Mm,
And I like that. Um, I thought it was good for what that was.
yeah.
If I had to just base it solely off of her as Supergirl, I'd give it a 9.
Mm.
I think that she fit that character really
But I
well.
guarantee
And her
if we both read the comic book that this is based on, the difference is I know a bit more knowledge of the comic book than you probably do, or unless you do and you're not saying it.
well, I'm going based on just her character development
Well, I
on
understand,
screen.
but for this is an adaptation though of that comic book and its story. It's not very good. It's like it will drop the score a lot more, and so but
Well,
but
and here's the thing, the other thing too about that, her and David Cornsweet have a really good, like you can tell that they work really well
yeah,
chemistry
I
wise
guarantee
together,
they put them together first before we decided to give her own movie.
which is good because they fit really well
Yeah.
together. Like the ending scene when they're in the apartment or the hotel or whatever it is, like the high
I want to
rise.
stay here a bit longer. I want to stay around.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. You could tell there's like a familial, like kind of like brother and
I'm
sister
curious.
back and
She is
forth.
supposed to be in Man of Tomorrow, so I'm curious to see what her dynamic with her involvement with
I
that
hope
is.
I hope they give her a large part, and I hope they let her help support Superman.
Yeah,
So I would be totally down for that, and I don't mind if she takes a big role
it's
in it
just
either.
unfortunate that one, this movie wasn't going to make enough money anyways, and that it just
Yeah,
wasn't good. So it hurts it even more.
I don't think it wasn't horrible.
But
It was
it's going to
watchable.
hurt it making money at the box office
Oh
because
yeah, I don't think it's going to be.
people will see the
Yeah,
score online and be like, oh, then I'll just wait. But if you
I
want to be
hope
a
it gets.
completionist and see all these movies in theaters while this universe is alive, then go check it out, I guess.
Yeah,
Then,
I hope it at least breaks even. I think that that would still
well,
be a
the
win.
budget is 175 million. So
Was that including?
marketing is a write-off. I don't know why people don't understand that, but marketing's a write-off. So that doesn't include marketing. So
Okay,
it needs to make double its budget. So it's like 300 million. So it can make 300. So it can do what Superman did with this low budget where it's like
okay,
it can break even, but whatever profit they do make from it, it's very little. So,
okay.
but
See, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I genuinely, like I said, I'll keep giving it a chance. If they come out with a sequel, I'll go see that. Like I liked, I liked her enough as a
I don't know
character
if
to
I
go.
would want a sequel to Supergirl because she's just not honestly that interesting of a character as Superman. Um,
I think they could definitely grow her character more if they sat
I
down and
agree,
wrote a
but I
really
wouldn't want a sequel before getting a Wonder Woman or a Batman
sure, sure.
or
I agree.
Flash. Um,
Oh, Flash,
yeah,
another reiteration of Flash.
yeah. But we're still getting more James Gunn DC this year. We got the Lanterns, which is gonna be interesting, and next we got
I don't know if I'm
Clayface.
excited for that. Clayface is interesting. It's weird that that's
I
what
just
they
don't,
chose.
yeah, I just don't know how well that's gonna work if does, because it's rated R. Does that mean whatever happens in Clayface doesn't really affect the whole DC that much? because it's rated R. That means
I have no
maybe that
idea.
means they could do a Lobo rated R movie if they're doing a Clayface rated R movie. So they could if they really wanted to.
We need a Batman
Cause like,
part two.
cause Lobo could be the Deadpool of this universe, where like you can have Deadpool have his own movie with it being rated R, but if he's in anything that's big, it PG-13 wise, you don't have him say "f you" or anything like that. You can censor it, or like especially since he's breaking the fourth wall, you can have a lot of fun with it. Um, I guess you can't really do that with Lobo, but pretty much the same concept. You're gonna have Punisher show up in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. You're gonna have Spider-Man whip his mouth shut if he tries to say a curse word. So like, there's ways to write around it if they really want to have fun with Lobo. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, that's pretty much.
Uh, yeah, no, I'm interested to see how they kind of continue to build out the DC universe.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't think it's a time. I don't think this movie is like abandoned ship. Like there's people like this is the problem with this movie not being so good or at least decent, is that
yeah,
you're gonna have the Snyder fans be like, see, cancel the
crazy.
universe, um,
My
abandoned.
hair went crazy over the entire of the
Yeah,
last few episodes. So
cancel the James Gunn, bring back Snyder. It's not that
oh
bad.
gosh,
Um,
I hope not.
it's not that bad where it's like we need to cancel the universe. I think by Man of Tomorrow, if the movies aren't making money, and it's also really bad if Man of Tomorrow turns out to be terrible, then yeah, probably best to pull the plug at this point. Because if you can't figure out by yeah, it'd be your fourth film. By your fourth film, and getting people excited for Justice League or whatever you're trying to do, it's not really worth it's not really worth for WB risking a lot of money. It's not worth for DC at this and WB might sell DC at that point too if it's not doing anything, because then so
By the way, box office released an hour ago. The Supergirl to this Saturday, it made 10.75 million for 28.75 cumulative. It's expected to have a weekend of 37
it was
million.
originally projected to have a $50 million.
I know that's bad.
So it's opening worse than Superman. Like Superman opened to what, 100,
I
110.
think it was more. Yeah, I think it was more than that.
So like if Supergirl was able to open to 50 to 60, that wouldn't have been bad for that. But here's the thing.
Morbius opened with a $39 million
Uh,
weekend.
is that saying that Morbius is people were more interested in Morbius than this?
It's Morbin time.
Yeah.
Remember when they
Yeah.
convinced him to
Um
re-release?
but here's a positive note. This Supergirl made more money than the original Supergirl from
Did it really?
1984.
Oh, well, I would hope
Yeah.
so.
That movie like had like a 14 million box office.
Yikes.
So there you go.
So
Yeah.
somebody posted it's super over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
I mean, it kind of is funny, but
uh,
oh no. Oh no. But
uh,
this is how I think box office anyways. Not from a business standpoint.
sorry.
That's not
I
how
was
that
laughing.
it's not really good to think of this way, but from like an outsider perspective, from like, a fan perspective, a critic's perspective, an audience perspective, a box office doesn't determine if a movie's good or bad. It determines on how much people were interested in the film,
Yeah.
and it's just what it's making now shows how much people are interested in this movie. And next us well, the negative feedback is not really helping it. um so well, we tried to make this 20 minutes. Well, we went over an hour. So eh,
Still
chill.
funny.
Yeah,
Still funny.
I
But
ain't editing this, I'm just throwing it up. I just,
Okay,
yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Let us know your guys' thoughts on this. And it was interesting. I felt like there was a need to kind of talk about this a tiny bit in spoiler depth because like the things in this movie was just what was stupid was really really stupid. It was just
Yeah,
like some of
yeah.
the needs to be addressed, and so. But hopefully Sean's happy about my disappointment. No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care about my feelings at all. Yeah, well.
I can't believe it's doing so bad. Wow.
Is it just going? Is it predicting how much it makes Sunday?
Yeah, they're predicting only $10 million tomorrow.
Mm. You know what's also out right now? Toy Story 5, which I already knew that Toy Story 5 was gonna hurt this.
Yeah, but those are different. Those are
No,
different
I
movies.
guarantee. I guarantee if Toy Story 5 wasn't out right now, or if it was in its later weekends stance, Supergirl would have a slightly higher box office. I'm not gonna say it would be huge, dramatic change. It would have a slightly more opening box office weekend. Maybe that 30 to 40 million dollar opening weekend. Um, and
Yeah.
what's also not gonna help is that Minions comes out next week.
Oh, it does. I forgot about that.
Minions is gonna kill this movie.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it definitely is. Right now, Toy Story 5 is at $248 million here.
I think it's gonna have 500 by the end of the second weekend.
Even Scream 7 got $121 million in the US. So let's see
That movie
where
sucked.
is
That
she?
movie was bad.
Supergirl was at $18 million yesterday.
Well,
That's not good.
I mean, like that's the kind of the reason why they didn't have the world premiere until Monday because they knew that this movie wasn't really gonna do very well. They already knew
Yeah.
what they were putting out, and not only that, the early screenings was Wednesday night, so
Uh
they were trying to delay word of mouth as much as they could.
Toy Story 5 is only at 400 million. Do you think it crosses $1 billion?
I think it can cross 500 this weekend.
Okay.
Um, because because they don't fully know how much it makes, weekend box office wise until
Yeah.
Monday. Like they're just going based off projections, which most of the time those projections are really close, anyways. They're never really far off.
Scary Movie and Scream 7 are very close together.
Well,
Less than $1 million
yeah,
dollars
and they
apart.
both are the same as terrible quality that they are.
Let's see.
Scary Movie 6 or 5 or whatever it's
Mortal
called.
Kombat 2.
I like
Masters of
that.
the
I like
Universe
that
did
movie.
not do well.
That movie was terrible. Master of the Universe, I hated. That
That's funny.
there's I can go on for another hour breaking plot holes in that movie. Um, this is ridiculous.
Where's Supergirl?
She's at the
Supergirl.
bottom. She's with Morbius and all of them down there.
Okay, Supergirl's at 29 million right now.
Worldwide,
29,100,000.
worldwide.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if it'll break 100 million at this rate. It may make less than the Sheep Detectives.
And that was a good movie. And the sheep. Did you see the Sheep Detectives? That was actually a good movie. Um,
Was it really?
yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's an Angel Studio movie, isn't it?
Angel Studio's been making some weird movies recently. Let me look. Do I have a
Um, some weird ones, but there's been good ones that have come out.
I wonder if there's any Sheep Detectives still. It's been out for over a month. So
Well,
let's
I
see.
am I am gonna end this video before it gets on to way too long. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for Carson for sticking on. We just recorded
Hilarious.
the big talk with Austin, before this one, and this is gonna go up before that. So check that out
I thought
tomorrow when that
you
goes
should
up.
have cut this part out. I
Uh,
was talking mean things about
Wait, what?
Sorry, I'm kidding.
Oh, so and so make sure to check out the Big Time with Austin tomorrow on Monday morning or afternoon ish when that goes up. It's a that episode started out fast, and next it's like is gonna end like around like an hour 30 minutes or so for a podcast episode, and I said turn into a 2.5 hour podcast. You guys will know why when you guys see the topics that we talk about, and so
Oh, no doubt.
but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.